A few months ago, I read a letter that I wrote to my friends, to you guys, basically breaking up our 10, 15-year friendship. I started these friendships in high school with my four basketball player friends. We played on the same team together, shared the same hobby. We hooped like every day for hours, played video games, and I ended up kind of letting those friendships go because I started to look closely at them and realize that there's a lot of inconsistencies and chinks in our friendship armor. I'll say some jealousy stuff, some not keeping your word stuff, some backstabbing stuff, some secretive stuff. And in that letter, I didn't really detail all the things that led up to me breaking up that friendship with my three or four friends. However, I kind of hinted on a few of them. Today, I want to take a different angle and a slightly different approach and talk about why I want no friends at this point in my life. I'm 31 years old and I really don't want any friends. Now, when I say I don't want any friends, it's not that I don't want any friends at all. It's that I just want a couple friends and I kind of push people away. And I don't do that because I don't have the opportunity to have a lot of friends. I've always had the opportunity to have a lot of friends. I've always had a lot of people around me who want to get closer to me. But as I get older, I've realized that people truly do come into your life to add, multiply, subtract, or divide. And when you start to look at friendships in that manner, it's really sad how many times you realize that people are there to subtract and divide rather than add and multiply. And every time I interact with someone and I kind of give them a chance to get closer to me, or I give them a little bit so that they can kind of grab the bait, they show their hand and they show that they're really there to subtract and divide from me. And I'm not upset. I'm not coming at this from the angle of someone who is sad about it, or I don't have peace of mind when it comes to these things. I completely understand them. I completely understand people's, fascination with other people. For example, if you're someone who carries yourself in a certain way when you're in public, people notice you more. They want to know what it is about you that separates you from the rest of them. They want to know what makes you unique. And a lot of times, the way they kind of try to figure out that answer is to get closer to you and to get information, to figure out what you do, figure out how you make money, figure out how you lift, figure out who your girl is, figure out where you met her. They're trying to kind of claw at anything they can in order to make themselves better. But while they're clawing at that, they're stripping parts of you away. They're taking time, energy, and attention away from you, your goals, your endeavors, and the things you want to pursue. And this is why I don't really open up to people and I don't really let them in my circle. I have one friend who lives in Miami. I have my girl, I have my son, I have my daughter, and I have my mom. And I'm completely, completely satisfied with that. My mom's actually really an extension of a friend of mine. It's not even like a mom. It's like I would hang out with my mom, go to the movies with my mom. Like my mom's the homie to me. Um, and I'm cool with those things. I'm cool with my arrangements being that way. And when I look at people, because I'm satisfied and I'm comfortable in the position I'm in, I really look at people as, what are you going to do for me? What are you going to add to my life? And the reason I look at it that way is because I'm actually a natural giver and I'm naturally the type of person who will give all of me. And when you're the type of person who gives all of you and you kind of extend yourself to people in a way, you're kind of like a nice guy. You really have to notice that about yourself and start to guard your energy, because people will be pulling little pieces of you left and right every day, and you won't even notice it until you look up. And 5 years later, you have all these goals that you wrote down and you never accomplished them, because when you look at your schedule is not all about you. Your schedule is being compromised for people. They're being compromised for friends, for parties, compromised for birthdays. I actually had a birthday party, excuse me, I had a baby shower I was supposed to go to in May, and my friend, well, he doesn't know this yet, but I'm gonna end that friendship because what I realized was we don't talk. Like, there's no point. What's the point? We don't talk. And I know a lot of you guys are cool with not talking to people for like 6 months, and then, yeah, when we meet up, it's like we never stop talking. I don't want that. I don't want it. Like, I get that people do the whole meet up twice a year really close friends type thing, but you guys do not talk at all until it's like 6 months passes or like 4 months passes or, maybe let's say even like a couple months, whatever. To me, that's a waste of time because what happens with those types of friends is you don't see them on a day to day, but when they do need something or when they do have an event, they'll pull you away for a week. But when you're on a certain journey and a certain path, I don't have a week to give anyone. Like I don't have a week to give anybody. I don't want to have a week to give anybody. So I'm gonna be ending that friendship. Long story short, because it doesn't serve me. It doesn't make sense for me. We don't really share the same hobbies we used to, but he kind of does his own thing now, and I respect that. And I'm gonna tell him, with love and respect, bro. Like I'm not trying to do this for you to like try to claw at the friendship and pull it back or try to salvage it. I just want to let you go, man. Like I love you, but like it's okay. I'm good where I'm at, and I don't really want to have to cross that bridge again. So I'm gonna be ending that friendship. But I say all that to say that I was supposed to be going to a baby shower at the end of May, and he doesn't know yet, but I'm gonna be ending the friendship, and I'm gonna be not going to that baby shower. Now, to add a little bit of context, I have a 9-year-old son and a 7-year-old daughter. He's never asked a question about them. He's never met them, and he lives under 10 hours away. So he could essentially have gotten to me any particular 3-day weekend out of the year. He could have came and met my son, met my daughter, and we grew up together basically. So it's just another one of those things where people kind of think you're okay and they don't really think you're paying attention. And then when you really do an audit on the friendship, you realize like, oh snap, like this is completely pointless. I'm over here looking at hotels, about to book 2 rooms for me and my girl, and then the kids, so they can play and whatnot and have a good time and have their space. Obviously, we check in on them and stuff like that, but I wanted to do it in a way where we make them feel kind of like big kids. And when I really thought about it, it's just me extending myself and me giving somebody my energy when I don't really believe that they deserve it. So I did an audit on that friendship and those decisions I was about to make, and I decided I'm not going to do it. And as soon as I made that decision and I thought about it for a little bit, I came to a place of peace, a place of calm, and a place of understanding that it's going to be the right decision. And I tried to end this friendship before, but he requested a phone call, and he had some good points within that phone call. We kind of agreed to start picking up some of those hobbies again because I still do the hobbies. I still do what we used to do. And he still does it too, which is interesting, but he does it with a different group of people. And I believe on that call, he really wanted to start re-engaging with me and, doing those hobbies with me again. But the new group of people makes it harder for him to, you know, bring me back into the fold. Sometimes you go through something where the big homie is not really welcome because in the new group you're in, you're the big homie and you want to maintain being the big homie in your group. So sometimes when the real big homie shows up, and I don't say this in an egotistical way, it's actually unfortunate that this has kind of been a big thing in my life. I've always kind of been pushed away and separated from the common groups because I've always been, in a way, exceptional at certain things that men don't like to be around. For example, if you're really good at getting girls, sometimes they won't invite you when there's pretty girls around because they know the pretty girls might pick you. And that's just an example. I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm Mr. Steal Your Girl or anything like that. I'm in a relationship, happy, not on the streets, not interested in it. But I've always gone through these things where I'm like, dang, like I treat these people good. I'm the one setting up plans. I'm the one inviting everyone to do certain things. And I always kind of get ostracized from the group. And I'll see them, in the gym or I'll see them out and about. And it's nothing but love. But they don't want me in the group. They don't want me around when they go out. They don't want me to be included in some of the activities they do when they have an opportunity to look good. And I kind of stunt that or I stop it or I slow it down. I get that. I remember back when I used to go to LA Fitness and there was this guy that was like so good. I won't say his name because someday he'll see this. He was so good, but and he was way better than everybody else, and he was amazing. I thought he was. I honestly think he's better than me, or thought he was better than me. It's just that I'm taller, and he was a guard. He was we played basketball like at a really high level. We used to go at it like real hoopers, and he was about 5'9", and I'm 6'3", 6'4". So when I can do the same things he can do, but it's different when you're taller. Like, it's harder to guard you. You know, I'm stronger, and I'm you know I built my body more than him, so like he couldn't do anything with me. But everybody else, he used to be cooking and killing them. And then I would show up, and it'd be like we could never be on the same team because we would never lose. So we always had to play against each other, and we would talk trash back and forth. And he always told me like how much he respected me, and I mean he used to like shit on everyone. When I tell you he was a good trash talker, he was confident, he was a good looking dude, good stature and everything. But you know, just there's levels to it. So when I show up, it's not I'm not a rah rah guy or anything, but I know what I'm doing and I do it at a high level. So it was always kind of like, damn, Keon showed up. Like you could see it kind of sucked the air out of the gym, like because it's just gonna be a long day. So stuff like that, you go through, and I've always kind of gone through things like that, and at this point, I've kind of accepted it, and I understand it more now. So that's why I'm not really tripping on any of it. But it's hard to talk about because only a few types of people know what I'm saying. Only the exceptional people. And again, I say exceptional because I don't know what other words to use, or different, or the people who are on a certain frequency, or people notice you, whatever. Understand what I'm saying. You don't get put in the same groups as everybody else. You would think you'd be the popular person, and there is like certain times and stuff like that you'll kind of be used for your popularity and people will piggyback off you. But there's phases in life where they push you away, or they try to use you, or they just kind of hang around you to subtract and divide. So that's some of the stuff I'm dealing with and I've always dealt with. And I say it from a place of peace, calm, and acceptance that I'm 31 and I don't want any friends. I just want the ones I have. I guess there's no new friends kind of thing. And I'm really happy with my current situation. And I'm also not dependent on the friends and the people that I do have. My girl knows I love her. We're planning a life together. But she knows that if she stepped away, she just knows the type of person I am, that I would adjust in like a day, and I would set new goals, new plan, new lifestyle, and I would do it immediately. She already actually saw an example of that. My mom knows that regardless of if you're my mom, blood, family, whatever, if you're on bullshit, I'm on bullshit too. When you're wrong, I'm gonna say you're wrong. If you walk away from me because of life decisions or whatever, I'm never gonna fold. I'm never gonna beg. I'm never gonna cry for anybody to be in my life, stay in my life, or be a part of my life, or none of that. The people who choose me, I choose them back. And if nobody chooses me, I will walk alone. And that's the mindset that I have. So it's not a thing of like, oh, I just want a few close friends, but I'm gonna be super dependent on them and need them for emotional support and lean on them in every way and like all that. Man, I don't believe in none of that. I don't believe in being soft in any way. I don't even believe in needing your children. Like I believe in being emotionally detached from all things on this planet. So you have a better chance of moving in the proper manner. Or at least being emotionally detached enough to where you don't go crazy or lose your stuff if people walk away or if things change and circumstances change. I don't need cool clothes. I don't need cool cars. I don't need cool houses. I don't need cool friends. I don't need much. I won't say I don't need anything because obviously we need the basics, but I come from a super healthy mindset and I wish people could understand. But yeah, I don't want to derail this video. This is just kind of my mindset now, kind of a little bit about me, what goes on in my head, why I don't let people in, why I don't really want any new friends. But I'm always open to, never needing, but always open to is kind of my motto. I never need anything, but I'm always taking a look at everything to see what could work, what could kind of make sense. If this is a money opportunity, if this person's a cool person. And a lot of times the people that kind of try and get in there just, trying to get information, claw at you, grab some stuff, and then run. And as soon as you show who you really are and you really roar, they're like, oh snap, let me back away. But let me take the information I got from him and let me kind of spread some stuff or do some stuff with it or try it myself. And usually it doesn't work. Anyway, that's the video for today. Hopefully you guys took a few gems from it. Hopefully you like and subscribe, leave a comment or something. If not, it's cool. The universe will do what it does with these. Appreciate you guys. I'll be back again.